Hello everybody, what's up? My name is DriveCat45 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at my Nintendo DS collection. And I figured I'd do this because I haven't really been collecting Nintendo DS or 3DS for a while, just because I've been focused on other things. And so I'm not done collecting, but for right now, this is where I've stopped for right now. So this is kind of where most of my DSs live. Is in my DS cubby, because as you know, I have a few different cubbies for different things, or boxes, I guess. Like there's my Game Boy one, which actually, as you notice, my Game Boy Advance SP isn't in here. That's because I'm charging it right now. But that normally goes there. It's not the best looking right now, but it's also kind of dark. You can't really see very well in the back. But we have LED strips that we're going to put in, hopefully very soon, and then I can turn those on during videos, and then A, that'll be more light, and B, you'll be able to see what's actually happening. So, anyways, I guess let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first, I have an original DS, which as you can see is kind of scuffed up. It's not in the best of condition, but it's not terrible. As you can see, still has the original stylus. The bumpers and stuff are beat up. It's pretty beat up, but it still works just fine. The battery also kind of sucks in it, so I might have to replace that at some point. And then if we look at the inside, there's the inside. Yeah, the hinges also broke. So at some point, I'm gonna get another Game Boy, one of the original ones, but it works just fine. And when I get a new one, it'll probably be a different color, just so that way I have a few color variations of it. Oh, maybe. Stand up, please. Thank you. And next, I have a DS Lite, which this one is also beat up. And many of you know, I don't have an original stylus for it. And on the inside, the screen is cracked and the plastic's done. So this is a very rough. The top screen also doesn't work. Like, it turns on, but it technically doesn't, because it's just a white screen. It doesn't actually show anything. So that's that one. And then actually over here, if we go over to this kind of just display one, I also have a red DS Lite, which ironically enough, the top screen also does not work. And I don't have original stylus for it either, and it's pretty beat up. And actually, oh geez, it's very dusty. I'm probably gonna have to dust my consoles pretty soon here, but. And then next up, I have a DSi with an original stylus, and it works fine. Really, the big not so awesome thing about this is that the bottom screen, as you can see, is fairly scratched up, but other than that, it works just fine. A very good DSi, and other than the bottom screen being scratched up, which I wouldn't really mind, but the problem is your stylus kind of gets stuck, so I don't like it there. And here's my DSi XL with the original stylus. It actually has a game in it. Mario, Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story. And if I open it up, it's a little dirty, but other than that, it's actually pretty good condition. When I play DS games, this is usually what I play them on. I don't know if I said, but original stylus. Actually, I do have an SD card in there right now, but that was because I was trying to move something over from this one to this one. Didn't work. Anyways, so those are all my DSs, and I only have the DSi XL box for my DSs. So here's the actual box, and this box fit in this box because it came with this game. So this box was literally just to put the game in, which is really odd, but then it had that in it. So, well, I mean, whatever. So as you can see, here are my 3DSs, which I'm gonna have to dust here. But here is my original 3DS, and pink, but no stylus. So that's something I need. And other than that, it's pretty much fine. Just some of the buttons are crunchy. I don't know if you heard those pops. But yeah, other than that, it's fine. Just really needs an original stylus. The buttons still work. They spelt something in it or something, and so now they're a little bit crunchy, but that's fine. I can someday probably go in there and clean it out. And here is my 3DS XL, my original 3DS XL, which, as you guys have known, as you guys know, I've had this thing forever. I've had it since it came out, and it still works just fine. I'm very beat up because as a kid I was not as kind to my electronics as I used to be. Hey, wait, what's in it right now? Mario Party DS. So that is not the original stylus, as you can tell. I do have the original stylus, but it is broke. That's why I use that one. All my 3DSs also have the original SD card, which doesn't super matter, but and then on the inside, as you can see, scratches and stuff on the screens. It looks beat up, it's because it is, but it still works just fine. There's no problem with it. Hey, you can kind of see me through my TV. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm wearing my Legend of Zelda shirt, so, you know, cool. That's cool. And here I have my 3DS, which used to be, Sky, well, shoot, his name changes every 5 seconds. I forget what his new name is. But, yeah, he gave this to me. Or, he didn't give it to me, sorry, I bought it from him, but original stylus, which I think's broke. Don't remember. Yeah, it is. The clip, as you can see, is broke, which is what happened to my 3DS XL. But this one still stays in, it doesn't fall out, while mine just slides right out. Other than that, it's in completely fine condition. Don't really play the 2DS. It used to fit my hands pretty well, so I kind of liked it. But now that my hands have grown, it doesn't fit as well. So I usually use the 3DS XL or just the normal 3DS, which isn't as good. So here's my original 3DS, or sorry, my new 3DS, and nothing wrong with this one at all. Honestly, I really love this design I have on this 3DS. The 8-bit characters. Honestly, I love this 3DS. I just never use it. Every time I want to use my new 3DS, I use the new 3DS XL. But which really sucks, because that's actually a really nice 3DS. The problem is I just have so many 3DSs to choose from. It's like, well, you know, where's my saves? Super dusty, but here's my 3DS XL, which all my 3DSs I bought, or all my new 3DSs I bought new. Nothing wrong, not going to open up because there's nothing to see in there because there's nothing wrong with it. And then here's my new 2DS XL with the Pokeball edition. Again, nothing wrong. I don't play with this one a ton either. Really cool 2DS. I just don't play on it a ton. But, I mean, it's a really cool 2DS. So, there are those. And then, actually, I do have another 2DS down here, which is like the seafoam color or whatever. It's slightly dirty, so I'll probably end up cleaning it off. But other than that, the original stylus and works fine. So, yeah. And then here are my boxes, which there's my box for my new 3DS. As you can see, it has the 2 base plates. So my Mario one's in there, and then this one's there, which I like this one better. So that's why that's there. And then here is I have 2 boxes actually for the new 3DS XL. My friend was selling his box, and I said I'll take it. He just gave it to me. So now I have 2 3DS XL boxes, which is very cool. Same box, but hey, I mean, it's always nice to have doubles. And then actually, I do have 2 2DS boxes, but as you can see, that one's blue, and I don't have a blue 2DS, but I do have the red 2DS. That's because my sister has the blue 2DS, and I plan on buying it off of her eventually, but not right now. Right now, she still uses it. She more uses her Switch when we play games now, especially as more multiplayer games come out. But we still do play on her DSs together sometimes. So I do have her box, which she gave me, but and I will eventually have her blue 2DS when I buy it off of her, but I don't have it right now. So yeah, there's that, and then I do have a ton of games. Especially for DS, 3DS I don't have quite as many, but like here, this is basically what I mean, is I've stacked, each of these stacks in this display case is made from 3DS and DS cases, and there's a lot of cases, but I have a ton of games that don't have cases too, so yeah. But so there's my DS collection kind of run through. I'm not going to show you all my games because that's a ton. I have a ton of games. That could be a separate video if you guys want me to make that. But yeah, so honestly, and I guess before I go, I have to pick my favorite DS, don't I? Well, actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate it into two categories. So I think I'm going to pick my favorite DS and my favorite 3DS. And I think my favorite DS has to go to the DSi XL. Just because, well, it's DSi XL, so you get the most features. There's only like 3 games that were exclusive to the DSi, which of course then you could probably play on the 3DS if I had to imagine. Very cool. I love its big screens. Had all the cool DSi features, and overall, honestly, it was also like the only 3DS that had this weird design of this like weird double thing. It's got like clear plastic on the top with the blue color, and on the bottom it's got like this I'm not sure what you call that, some weird plasticky stuff, but it's definitely a different texture than you're used to. Very cool. And I think my next 3DS, and then I think my favorite 3DS, although I don't play it a ton, I think has to go to the new 3DS. And the reason I love the new 3DS is I love the fact that you can change out the faceplates, even though here in North America we got a total of like 4, because you could get there's a very slim chance, but you could find the Black Friday one, which was the black 3DS, which came with those. You could also find, it was hard, these were all kind of hard to find, but you could also find the white one that had the normal white faceplates, and then you could find this limited edition Super Mario 3D Land one that came with this faceplate and those faceplates. And I love the fact that there's interchangeable faceplates, but it also sucks that it was never really released in North America. They were, like I said, those 3 versions were released in North America, but very hard to find, and were not usually, they weren't on sale for they weren't for sale for very long. I do love the new 3DS. Very good system, feels awesome in the hands. Very glossy though, which is kind of my only problem with it. But the new 3DS is probably I just love the interchangeable faceplates, and I love the colored buttons. I know the new 3DS technically has colored buttons, but it's not the same as these. The buttons are actually colored. Those, just the text is colored, and I really love that colored button. I'm a color kind of guy, and so yeah. So I really love this 3DS, and now that I think about it, I might be playing that one more. Because normally I play on this 3DS just because it's so beat up. I'm like, well, I guess I'll just play it till it dies, in which it probably will soon. Which kind of sucks, but I need a new 3DS anyway, 3DS XL, because that one's rough. But yeah. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and there is my DS collection. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.